the driver of the number 8 JR Motorsports Chevrolet, and Johnson, Iowa native Sammy Smith. We'll start by taking questions here. We'll go with Zach up here.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Sammy, a home race for you. What does it mean for you to be able to compete in the Xfinity Series here at this level?
Yeah, it's very cool. Always coming here as a kid, watching races, and being able to come back. I raced ARCA a couple times. I don't know when it was, 21 maybe was the last time they were here. So it's cool to come back and kind of run a somewhat different track, but same. So still a lot unknown still of what the track is going to bring, but I'm excited.
We'll go with Philip here in the front.
Hey, Sammy, like I said, Philip Jones from the Des Moines Register. I've got a couple things for you. First of all, can you talk a little about how your upbringing in Iowa laid the foundation for your stock car career?
Yeah, it's funny because I really never raced around Iowa, Hawkeye Downs a little bit, but for the most part it was always running legend cars in North Carolina or Minnesota, kind of all around, and then moving up to pro late models, super late models, and was always around North Carolina too. So really never got to race much around Iowa because there's not much asphalt tracks here besides here and Hawkeye Downs and maybe one other one. But yeah, kind of just moved up and then obviously kind of still running everywhere else but Iowa. But glad to be here this weekend.
You raced, like you just mentioned, you raced here in ARCA in 21 and 22. What was it like racing at your home track?
Yeah, it was cool. It was, like I said, cool to come back from being younger and watching races here and be able to come back and race. It was a great event. I think moving around from the bottom to the top was cool, and we probably won't have that this year, but still excited to race here.
And then the final thing from me is, did you ever think that Iowa would host a Cup race, and do you hope that you can race here in the Cup Series one day?
Yeah, I think everybody was hoping that at some point they would get one, and yeah, hopefully they keep Iowa on the schedule for many years to come.
All right, we'll go with Chris Knight.
Chris Knight, GetChance.com. Hey, Sammy, how would you assess your 2024 season so far? Above the cut line right now, was really starting to take off, and then unfortunately had the mechanical failure at Sonoma. But how would you assess 2024 so far, your outlook this weekend, and trying to stay ahead of the playoff cut line?
Yeah, definitely not where we expected to be starting Daytona. A lot of ups and downs, like you said, and it's been a struggle, but every week we're going to keep fighting and getting back there. I feel like those first couple weeks were okay, and then we went on a stretch of bad races, and then Charlotte, Pocono, we had really good cars, and we're able to finish third twice there. So I think, yeah, just need to keep bringing cars that are capable of winning and trying to get that margin down is where we're at right now, and hopefully we can win this week, and that'd be super cool, but definitely need to just keep the progressing going.
Cool. We'll go.
Always race day. Sammy, obviously TMC has a ton of ties with Iowa, with Michael and that going back long time that I can't remember, but here and at Knoxville, was there anyone on your team that when you guys found out Iowa was getting a Cup race, I think it happened really quick from what I remember, that it was rumblings and then the next week there was an announcement. What was it like when you guys found out that was going to be a thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. Definitely cool to come back here. Nothing too special. Just obviously it's another racetrack, and glad to be able to come home for a couple days and race here. So it was cool, and it's very cool to have TMC on the car this weekend too, with their headquarters just being down the road. And we were able to do a big event there yesterday, and I think they're going to have, I think they bought 1,000 tickets for this week or Saturday's race, and hopefully it's a good turnout.
We'll go to Mark.
Mark Christa with Front Stretch. Sammy, you've run here and twice in ARCA. You've never won here. Being that it's your home racetrack with the first Cup race weekend, is there more pressure to perform well this weekend compared to other racetracks?
Yes and no. I guess it's definitely every weekend going to a racetrack, you're expecting to win, and your goal is to win with everything that you've prepared for the week. So definitely winning here would be super cool, and hopefully, in practice we'll see what we have for a car, and hopefully that we can trend that direction.
And then my follow-up question for you would be, obviously with the repave, racing here twice in ARCA before, will that be beneficial, or is that almost sort of a wash because of the repave?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a wash. Any notes for races, restarts, probably a wash. I think just it's probably going to be single file on the bottom, just based off what the kind of tire test was. And then the restart zones looks like it might be a challenge too if you're in the wrong lane. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get a good feel for that in practice, and looking forward to the race.
Back to Zach.
Zach Stratta, NASCAR.com. Sammy, going back to the struggles you mentioned earlier, how have you personally tried to manage those downs when things are going against the 8 team? You as well as the group around you. How do you guys try to navigate those?
For me, I think it's just control what I can control and do the best job I can week in, week out, throughout the week. And then when we get to the racetrack, and just try to do my best, and that's all I can do. And then, the 8 team, we've definitely struggled this year, and it's sucked, but we're going to keep fighting, and I feel like we have the group to do it. We just need to continue to put weeks together, and that's kind of been our problem.